Hi guys, and Merry Christmas to you all. This is your Stoke preview, guys, and as of filming this, it is Christmas Day. So guys, I want to wish you all a very merry and blue Christmas, guys, and it's a time for reflection and a time for being grateful for what we've got. And I think that for Blues fans, it's a time for reflection on just how much progress we've made this 2018 from where we've come to. From where we've come from to where we are now, guys. It's a massive time of reflection. I think it's one of positivity, and just to look at what we have and what we've been through to what we've got now, count our blessings for Gary Monk and for the playing squad and for everything that Blues now have and the position we're in. We are grateful, and let's have a better 2019 and kick on and achieve some good things. Guys, thank you so much for hitting the 600 subscriber mark before Christmas. You made my Christmas. Now on to the 1,000 mark, guys. Can we hit it before the end of the season? So just obviously a quick little overview of last game. I thought it was a completely different Blues side to what we're usually accustomed to this season. I think Gary Monk, in his ideal world, would control most games, see a lot of possession. But it just goes to show that we don't need the possession. You know, possession doesn't count for everything. It's 37% possession and 3 shots on goal, 3 goals, and a clinical away performance. Just shows that Blues don't necessarily have to play a certain way. We do have that counter-attacking style in us, and that was shown from this weekend's game, where, you know, what more can you ask for? But can we take that and in a home game against Stoke, where we want to go and control the game, can we go and control this game? It's going to be tough. Stoke are going to be a difficult opposition. I just want to quickly brush over Shay. Shay Adams is the man in form at the minute. 8 goals in his last 11 appearances for Blues, and what a time, you know, to be picking up form in the crucial part of the season. No one deserves it more than him. His work ethic since, you know, sort of September time, end of September, has been fantastic. He's been spot on with everything he's done, and I'm really delighted for him. He's been putting in the effort, evidently, and a special shout out to Duke as well for last game. 2 assists, thoroughly deserved, and just goes to show how important that these two are. And I would still lay claim that they are the 2 most efficient and prolific forwards in the league as current, you know, on current form this season. 21 between them, and probably the best part, I think, of 11 or 12 assists between them. They could lay claim to being the best partnership in the Championship at the minute. So moving on to Stoke and this weekend's, well, I say weekends, this Boxing Day fixtures, opposition, and Stoke are going to prove to be a very, very tricky opponent, a very sturdy one at that. I don't think they were awful when we went to the Bet365 stadium earlier in the season. I thought that they were quite good. They just lacked in that final third. They lacked a cutting edge, and obviously we took advantage of that. Both teams sit in 8th and 9th place respectively, both on 34 points for the season already. And I think that just shows as well how well Stoke are doing. I think the gap between us was like, well, I think about 8 or 9 places going back 10 games when we last played them. But in that last 10 games, they are unbeaten. Their last defeat was coming against yours truly, in that 1-0 defeat in, was it October time? So, yeah, they've really hit form recently, and they are going to be some, you know, they're going to prove to be a really tricky opposition. If we can get, I say, if we can get anything out of this game, it's going to be a good result, if I'm honest with you, and then move on and try and beat Brentford on Saturday. Looking at the head-to-heads, Blues going into this game with 35 wins against Stoke, 22 draws, and Stoke have the upper hand with 43 wins against the Blues. So just looking at Stoke's last form, obviously, I said they were unbeaten in their last 10. And their last 3 games, obviously, that we tend to look at as their recent form. 2-0 win at home to Ipswich. Nothing really to write home about. That's a standard win. Obviously, we didn't manage it, but, you know, as of the current form, yeah, you would expect that from a Stoke team with that quality. And then a 2-2 away draw at Villa. I think that's a good result, if I'm honest, for them. Tough place to go, Villa Park. And, yeah, they did really well. They did really well there. And then a 1-0 home win against Millwall. Again, something that you would expect to be doing. but you've got to go and do it. So that's 2 wins and a draw in their last 3, and I don't think that's too much to gauge themselves off, but I think the game you can base this off most is the Villa game. With the 2-2 draw, it just shows that they've got a bit of steeliness about them. They've got goals away from home, so yeah, they're gonna come at us, and I would expect them to really be looking to inflict some revenge after the last game away from home. So just looking at Stoke's lineup, obviously we've been through this earlier in the season, but obviously I think they've tweaked and changed a few things. They've gone for a slightly different system now. So they lined up with a sort of 4-3-3 system. Again, it could work as anything 4-2-3-1. I, looking at it, would say it was a 4-2-3-1, but what I'm going off is a 4-3-3. So Butling in goal, obviously, ex-Blues player, coming back to St Andrews. Hopefully give him a warm welcome. Across the back 4, you got Martins Indy, Shawcross, Williams and Peters. It's a solid, almost Premier League-like back line there for Stoke. It's saying a midfield 3, but I would say it was more of a midfield 2 of Woods and Allen. It's saying that Sam Klukas was also in that midfield, but I would say he was playing probably more of an advanced role. And then you've got Ince, Berahino and McLean. You would say that Berahino was the forward, and then Ince, Klukas and McLean were the 3 in behind that 4-2-3-1 we so often see in this league. But regardless, they've got a lot of attacking ability there. They've got at least sort of 4 players there that can really hurt you on the break, and then obviously a lot of technical ability in that midfield. Joe Allen and Ryan Woods in there. I think Ryan Woods for me is the best passer of the ball in the Championship, on par with Oliver Norwood. And I don't know what Joe Allen's doing in the Championship, if I'm honest. Premier League player. So I think in terms of home games, it's going to be one of our toughest tests yet at home. We've come through a lot of difficult teams, but yeah, this is going to be another one. Hopefully the sold-out crowd is going to put the edge and the wind in our sails. I would hope so. I would hope that the fans are ready for this one, as am I. So looking at the Blues team quickly, I wouldn't expect any changes personally. I think we came through the game unscathed, no suspensions, no injuries. The only one I would be looking at is from the substitution at half-time where he took Mahoney off and brought Hotter on it. I think it shows that he wants to get Hotter back in ASAP. Didn't want to risk him, but obviously if he's fit, I think he'll come back in. So my team for Saturday would be Camp in goal. Another clean sheet for Campy. I thought he did really well at the weekend when called upon, and I think all season he's done well when he's been called upon, so he doesn't get enough credit. So Campy in goal for me. Back 4 of Collan, Morrow, Harley, and I would expect Christian Pedersen to come back in if he is fit. I think we need that natural left-hand sider for this game. As tough as it would be to drop Wes Harding, we need that natural left foot in there. And if it was anybody else we'd be playing, I would say let's keep Wes in, because he did not do anything wrong at the weekend. But yeah, I think Pedersen's been fantastic down that left-hand side this season. The midfield 4 for me would be Magoma, Kieftenbeld, Gary Gardner and Hotter. I think he'll bring Hotter back in because we're going to need everything that we've got to try and get something from this game. And you just see the influence that Hotter has when he's on. He pulls people over, he drags 2 or 3 over, he's very technical, he's got a great range of passing. And yeah, this could be a game for him back at home. And then obviously the forward 2 of Juki and Shea up front more than likely will continue their scoring form this season. It'd be nice to get Juki back on the score sheet. He's been not amongst the goals recently, but it'd be great to see him scoring, obviously, but he doesn't mind if he's assisting and we're winning. Who cares who's scoring? So to wrap this one up, score prediction. And I've been doing alright with these this season. I put a lot of thought into them. You might just think I'm racking a random number out, but I'm not. And I would honestly take a draw from this game. If I'm being very realistic and sensible, I would take a draw. So I'm going to go for a 1-1. And I think I can see a Mags goal again, another Mags goal. Seems like his kind of goal. He seems to pick up around Christmas time. Yeah, and I would take a point and a good performance from tomorrow and then move on. and definitely be looking to beat Brentford on Saturday. But guys, that is all for your Stoke preview. Have a very Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you for the support on the channel. I hope you are enjoying the content. And if you are, drop me a like and a comment. Let me know where your team is going to be for Saturday. And guys, don't forget to put the notification bell on just so you don't miss any of the content when I am putting it up. And that is going to be all from me on this Christmas Day, guys. I hope to see you down St Andrews tomorrow for our Boxing Day fixture. And I will see you after the game for the Stoke vlog and the Stoke review, guys. Keep right on. Have a great Christmas.